All right, welcome, ladies. So good to see you guys. Some of the same faces from last night. A new place. Hey, Janine. Good to
How
see.
are
I'm excited that you were able to show today. So today we're going to be talking about core engagement. This is like for me. This is like a major key to fitness that I feel like unlocks so much for me. And so it's literally my joy to share with the women because I see it changes the game, excuse me, when it comes to their results, especially regarding the core area or that stubborn like mom pooch that anybody that has kids has had kids has dealt with, you know.
you?
Um, I initially was able to deep dive into the concept of core engagement after having my first. Always been in this fitness industry, but never really understood or knew this particular concept. Never put it into practice until after that kid, and it was game changing for my recovery. Game changing for my recovery with the second. I've been able to help tons of women with this concept, and so I'm really excited to share it with you guys so that you can start implementing it in your daily life, not just exercise, even though exercise is like putting it with exercise is game changing, but understanding this concept is just really good for everything, down to like posture and your like back health and the way your body feels, right? So the concept of core engagement. So what it is the bracing of what we call the corset muscles, which are they are behind the recti muscles. The recti muscles are the top layer of like what you guys know as your six pack. Like when you see a six pack, you're like, oh, they have abs. That's the recti muscle that you see. Behind that is what is called the transverse abdominis. And that is the corset, what we nickname the corset muscle, right? Because it holds everything in together. It is what keeps everything nice and tight and stable, right? So we're going to focus on making that muscle clench, basically. Okay. So to engage your core, first I'm going to talk through it. Then we're going to practice it through some guided movements. Then we're going to practice it in movement because I'm essentially asking you to do this with movement. But this concept can be done while you're doing anything. Sometimes I just engage my core while I'm washing dishes, or I'm driving, or I'm doing whatever because I just practice the ability to control that muscle. And you should too. This is my advice, okay? The better you can control it, the more it holds form or shape. And that's what you want, okay? Because essentially, most people's mom pooch is a mixture of like diet. So there may be some excess fat, right? But the other issue is the like looseness or the slackness of that muscle that basically no matter sometimes how hard people work out, because that muscle is so slack, like fat is gonna push through and easily show through there. Okay. So um we get it tight, everything else kind of tightens up in it or around it, you know? So, and also, the better that muscle is, the more muscle you have, the more efficient your body is at using what you put in it. Basically, the better it is at burning calories. Better it is at burning calories, the less fat you have. So let's talk through it. To engage your pelvic floor, sorry, to engage first, you're going to start with the diaphragmatic breath. What is a diaphragmatic breath? That's the breath that goes in and fills up your belly, this area, your diaphragm. Naturally, we're all chest breathers, so we're breathing shallowly, like in here and then back out, in here and back out. As adults, we just learn to do that. But you know how when you watch your baby sleep, how their stomach rises and falls? This
Mhm.
concept of a diaphragmatic breath, and that is how you initiate the engagement, right? So you want to think of breathing in and your stomach expanding. So you breathe in and you take a very deep breath. Then step two is to pick up your pelvic floor. Now, all these steps are happening pretty much simultaneously. I'm labeling them one and two, but they're kind of like inhale, right into pelvic floor pickup, right into, excuse me, the next thing. So We got deep diaphragmatic breath. Step 2 is to pick up your pelvic floor. How do you do that? Well, it ain't something that you're just gonna naturally feel at first, but I'll give you the concept of what you need to be thinking, and over time, you'll be able to feel your body do it more, okay? Imagine that your vagina is a crane, and right below your vagina, wherever you're sitting, is a blueberry. You need to pick up that blueberry and bring it in to your belly. Okay, think bringing the blueberry up to your belly button. That thought concept of you dropping your vagina as a crane, picking up a blueberry and picking it up, that is you lifting your pelvic floor. Think it, now try to do it. Okay? Pretend like you're picking up a blueberry with your vajayjay and lifting it up into your um a belly button. That's step 2. Step 3 is to breathe out through your teeth, making the S sound, letting all the air out, and envisioning like you're zipping up a corset. Okay. The reason why you are breathing out through your teeth is because that making the S sound like that forcefully makes your stomach involuntarily contract. And that's basically what I'm trying to get you to do, right? I'm trying to get you to make your abdominal muscles contract. Making that sound does that involuntarily. So I tell people, make the S sound for as long as it takes until you're able to make an engaged core without any thought. That takes a long time. Nobody's there. This whole challenge, you're gonna be making the S sound when you breathe out. Okay? I don't want you to ever not do it, because not doing it leaves room for error, right? This is my fail safe for you. My fail safe for you is make the S sound. I don't care where you at or what nobody think about it, because when you make the S sound, your core does what I needed to do at the time. And that's what we really care about most, okay? So when you breathe out, you're gonna make that S sound, and you're going to let all the air out, and pretend like you're zipping up a corset. So the core is gonna get tighter and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze nice and tight. What you have at the end of that, letting all the air out, is your core engage. Now, what I am asking of you eventually is for you to be able to work out with that squeeze, not letting it go at all, for you to be able to talk with that squeeze, walk with that squeeze, do everything with that squeeze. So most people, when they get that squeeze, their first thought was like, I need to hold my breath, because how else am I gonna keep this cord, squeeze, right? And I get it. It is a normal first thought. But you can't work out and hold your breath. They do not go together good at all. So we have to practice holding it. And what I always tell people is we practice holding it for a few seconds at a time. And then we just keep resetting it. And we're gonna do that until your muscles get strong enough to hold longer and longer and longer. A muscle can learn to do whatever it is you tell it to do. So now let's take a second and let's practice putting all of that together. So I'm gonna talk, and you guys are gonna do what I'm saying as I'm talking. First, I want you to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. The reason why we're doing this is I want you to be aware of how deep you're breathing. You know you're breathing deep enough if the hand on your belly moves the most. If the hand on your chest moves the most, you're chest breathing, okay? So you're gonna breathe in, fill belly with air. So belly expands. Pretend like you're picking up a blueberry with your hoo-ha, bringing it in to your belly button, and then breathe out through your teeth, letting that air out. Squeeze, 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 keep letting it out, keep letting it out, keep letting it out. Once you have all the air out, hold that for a second and try to say a word while you hold it. Say hello.
Hello.
Good. Nice. Now let it. All right, now we're gonna do it again. This time, we're gonna get all the way to the end, and you're gonna hold your hold, and I am going to count to 10. And I want you to try to hold that squeeze without holding your breath. I want you to be breathing and holding the squeeze at the same time, okay? All right, let's talk through it again. Breathe in, fill belly with air. Pick up a blueberry with your hoo-ha and pull it in. Now let it out through your teeth, making the S sound. Hold that squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe. 9, 10. Let it go. Guys, one thing you're gonna notice is you've never felt your core before, like you're gonna feel it now that you're engaging your core. Trust me, you're gonna do this with everything, okay? When I say everything, I mean everything. We are going to do this when we're doing core work, when we're doing upper body work, when we're doing leg work, when we're doing, I don't care what we're doing, the core is engaged, okay? So let's practice one more time and then we're going to practice in movement, okay? So breathe in, fill belly with air. Pretend like you're picking a blueberry with your hoo-ha, bring it into your belly button, let it out through your teeth. Squeeze, 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 wrap it like a corset. Hold that squeeze. 1, breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. If you can't hold the whole 10 seconds, don't worry. Such is life. Especially if you just had the baby. If you just had the baby, might be 3 seconds. It's okay. Reset as much as possible. That's what I tell people. And in time, you don't have to do this whole process. So what I mean by that is the process that I just explained is the beginner-friendly concept, right? You have to do the whole process to set it up. But over time, you're going to be able to just, I don't have to, I just can just squeeze and engage. I can just like inhale and then let it out and then engage without having to make the S sound and think through it. Like I know what my pelvic floor feels like when it's lifted. I know what my muscles feel like when they're in sturdy alignment. I'm also going to talk through making sure your body is in perfect alignment for engagement, right? So what do I mean by that? All right, so when we stand up, guys, and all of us are, I'm trying to show you guys something. I got all this here now, but when we stand naturally, everybody has what we call a posterior tilt. So basically it's anterior tilt, sorry. So basically what that means is like, it's that natural arch where your back kind of like curves this way, right? When we all stand, we all have this, right? One thing, when your core is engaged, you kind of always want to tuck your pelvis forward to lock in the engagement. So when we're standing, we breathe in, fill belly with air. We pick up pelvic floor, breathe out. Tighten, tighten, tighten. And then as you tighten, your pelvis should tuck. Okay? This is normal. This is an engaged core. Okay? So whenever we're doing movement, if I say, okay, we're about to do squats. And we're going to engage our core. So we're about to do squats. We breathe in, pick up belly floor, breathe out through our teeth, making an S sound, making an S sound. Once we got the squeeze and we got our engagement, you can tell your engagement, it feels different, right? When you're going to ideally hold this engagement as you drop down and then breathe out through your teeth as you come up. I'm going to always tell you where to breathe out. The engagement gets tighter as you come up. In, engagement gets tighter as you come up, okay? So if you can, let's stand up and practice doing a standing, okay? If you can't, it's no problem. Thank you, sis. I've been working for a long time, years and years at this thing. All right, so we're going to breathe in, fill belly with air. Pick up blueberry with your pelvic, with your hoo-ha, and then breathe out through your teeth. Squeeze. All right, core is engaged. Everybody's engaged. We're going to drop down, then breathe out. Nice. Drop down, hold, breathe out. Good. Drop down, breathe out. When I say breathe out, I always mean through your teeth. Drop down, breathe out. And on the video, guys, you're gonna hear me making S sounds because I'm trying to get you to do the same thing. Okay? So that's it, doing squats, right? If we were doing curls, I may say, all right, breathe out as you extend, as we curl up. So what that means is that we're gonna brace. Once you're braced, you breathe out as you curl. You're holding the brace, but you're breathing out. Every time you curl up, you're gonna feel your stomach really do work, guys. You probably feel it right now when we just doing our body weight and we're just moving nothing. But engaging that muscle is going to bring it to life. It's going to start it to do what we need it to do. So I want you guys to be intentional about doing the sounds and squeezing the core every workout. And honestly, you should try to do it every day. If you're really serious, you should you should engage your core every day. Now, guys, I want you guys to drop to the ground if you can. Because another, so the same way I told you about the pelvic tilt when we're standing up, right? So when we're in the squat, we tilt forward. You're gonna do the same thing when you're ever on your back. Hey, no, whenever you're on your back. So you're on your back, you're going to, so naturally, when you're on your back, there's like a little space right here. You just naturally do that. Like there's like a little arch in your back. I want you to think, when I engage, I'm going to push my back, my low back into the ground. So you're going to breathe in, fill belly with air. Pretend like you're picking up a blueberry with your hoo-ha, and then as you breathe out, push your low back into the ground. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That is your core engaged, okay? Now, just for practice and, giggles, breathe out and then push through your heels. So we're going to do a glute bridge. And then drop it back down. Repeat, keeping that squeeze. Nice. One more time, keeping that squeeze. Every time we're doing a movement, I'm going to say breathe out, whatever phase. And think, whenever I say breathe out, I'm typically saying it at the hard phase of the movement. It's what we call the concentric phase. It's basically when the muscle's working the hardest. I want your core to be at its braced at its strongest. That's what you're thinking, okay? That's really the gist of it. Like whenever we're doing movements, I'm going to say, all right, guys, breathe out as you extend out, right? So say if I have us doing bird dogs, ain't no if, when I have us doing bird dogs, I'll say, breathe out as you extend out, and then and then here. Breathe out just basically means, whenever you hear breathe out, you should always think S sound, and my abdominals should be tightening up. Another way that sometimes people really like to refer to this concept is saying, or another way people are able to receive what I'm asking you to do, is say I tell you, all right, I give you $1 million if you let me punch you hard as I can in your stomach. You're going to say, all right, but right before I punch you in your stomach, you're going to kind of tense it or squeeze it to try to kind of limit some of the pain. That is a braced core, but essentially, right? So whenever you're holding that squeeze, think about I want somebody to be able to punch me right now in my stomach and I'd be slightly okay. Okay? That's another way people seem to when I say that. They're like, oh. So, okay. Do you guys have any questions about that concept and what I'm saying? None? Okay. Nobody? All right. Awesome. That is engaging your core. Now we just got to put it into practice. That's the next thing. The next thing is putting into practice, which is what we're going to be doing over the next 6 weeks. Throughout our workouts, I give cues. I talk a lot. I mean, I'm the only one there on the video, so of course I'm talking a lot. But not too much, but enough. Basically, I'm giving cues a lot. Listen for the cues and do what I say, even though I'm not physically there, right? When I say breathe out, you breathe out. When I say make the S sound, make the S sound. I'm going to be doing it. Do it with me. If you're in the gym, who cares? People always be like, I know they was looking at me crazy in the gym. Oh, well. Oh, well, they're going to be looking at you crazy when that stomach flat too, okay? Boom. Not crazy. They're going to be like, oh, wow, that looks amazing. I should probably make the S sound too. I'm really excited, y'all. So excited. Cannot wait. Tomorrow, you guys have a full body stretch session on your profile to do. And then on Thursday, I'm going to pair you with your partners and you guys are going to do the accountability thing and we'll meet back up. And then by Friday in the weekend, I'm just expecting you guys to get your stuff together, right? Make sure you got your bands, make sure you got your dumbbells, and think about your food. Start thinking about what it's gonna look like for you to be successful each week. Because if you don't plan ahead, if you fail to plan, you're gonna fail. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna work. It ain't worked before, it ain't gonna work now. So be aware of that, okay? All right.
What you think for them?
You guys have any questions about that?
I have a question. Like we're getting these reminder, like these little nuggets of, hey, don't forget to drink your water.
Yeah.
Oh, upload your lunch. What are you having for lunch? So my thing is are we supposed to be inputting that this week or do we?
No, no,
Okay.
I already got the alerts on there because I'm just,
Okay.
I'm proactive and ready. It's just how I got it set up. So that like
Okay.
soon as you purchase it, I'm starting around. I want you to start thinking about drinking your water now. Yeah.
Yes.
I want you
Yes.
to already start thinking. I'm not tallying it for the challenge yet, but I do want it to start becoming like, okay, yeah, I do need to drink more. I do need to take a sip.
Okay.
Yeah,
But the activities that you have planned for the rest of the week, go ahead and do those, is what you're
yes,
saying.
yes. Do those.
Okay.
Those are just us setting us up to just get in the mindset of, okay, I got something that I'm supposed to be doing. Let me check this app, see what she got for today. Starting with the challenge, starting next week, there is something every day.
Okay. And does it start Monday or Sunday?
Monday. But
Officially
but Sunday you can go ahead and put your check
pictures
information in. Yes. Just
and
because
your
Monday is
measurements.
too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in the past people get overwhelmed with Mondays. Like it's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people
Mm-hmm.
got work, kids, all that. I get it. So I always say like just do it the Sunday before and then we cannot worry about it.
Okay.
All right, guys. If y'all don't have no more questions for me, I'm gonna let y'all be. That's it. Okay. All right. See y'all later. Can't wait. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.